Yes, sir.
Now, while on the subject of half-truth, I simply have to say that it is not true that Hitler's compromise with Catholicism ended when his regime began. His regime began, in fact, with a concordat, the first treaty that the Nazi regime signed in its first week of existence with the Vatican, giving the Nazi Party a monopoly over education and the raising of all children in Germany in exchange for a Catholic monopoly in liturgical matters. And that Hitler's birthday was celebrated from the pulpit every year of the regime. And I love Hitler's table talk too, and I agree with Dinesh. I'll go this far. You should all read it. I'll tell you why. It's been asked ever since Nuremberg, many, many times, why was no member of the Nazi Party ever threatened with excommunication for taking part in the final solution? How can that be? The church would condemn people for the smallest thing. They would deny them the sacraments. 25%, according to Paul Johnson, Catholic historian, of the Waffen-SS were confessing, communicating Roman Catholics.
Let's hear it.
However, it is estimated by Paul Johnson, Catholic historian, that more than 40% of the Waffen-SS were practicing, confessing Catholics. No one was ever excommunicated or threatened with excommunication for taking part in the final solution. And that was because of the alliance between the Nazi Party and the Church on two main things: anti-Bolshevism and anti-Semitism. Mussolini. You can't quite say that about Hitler, National Socialism, because that's also based on Nordic and pagan blood myths, leader worship and so on, though Hitler never repudiated his membership of the Church. And prayers were said for him on his birthday every year till the very end, on the orders of the Vatican. And all of these facts are well known, and the Church still hasn't found another way to apologize for that enough. And whatever it is you can call that, you can't call it secular. You may not call it secular. By the way, Joseph Goebbels was excommunicated from the Catholic Church. 50%, according to Paul Johnson, the Catholic historian, of the Waffen-SS were confessing Catholics. None of them was ever threatened with excommunication, even threatened for it, with it. His regime began, in fact, with a concordat, the first treaty that the Nazi regime signed in its first week of existence with the Vatican, giving the Nazi Party a monopoly over education and the raising of all children in Germany in exchange for a Catholic monopoly in liturgical matters. How come that the first treaty made by the National Socialist dictatorship, the very first, is with the Vatican, exchanging political control of Germany for Catholic control of German education? My loyalty to the Führer. How come that on the belt buckle of every Nazi soldier it says Gott mit uns, God on our side? How come